Hey, this is Jason Creel. I recently received an email from someone, and he explained to me his problem. He's starting out in the lawn care business and just has a handful of customers. But the problem he gets is they're wanting him to work on their schedule instead of his schedule. He says they just call him whenever they want it cut, and he's having a hard time getting them on a regular schedule. So I wanted to respond to that and just give you my thoughts and what I've done. First off, in my situation, I don't have many customers who do that or have asked for that. I mean, most customers sort of understand that you're on a schedule. And so I think basically whenever I approach a new customer, someone calls me and I go talk to them, I think you sort of take control of the situation from the beginning. And you let them know in a polite way, but you say, hey, we come out to your neighborhood on this day every week. Let's say Thursday. Every Thursday we're out here, and we can cut your grass every week or every 2 weeks. And that's kind of options I get, weekly or bi-weekly. And a few years back, I had a lot of customers, and I was thinking, how can I increase profits? And I tried to introduce a 10-day schedule. And so I had I think I sent out a letter with invoices saying, hey, if you've been having your lawn cut every 2 weeks and it's growing too fast, here's an option to switch it to every 10 days. And so, my thinking, I'm like, well, if I put them on a 10-day schedule, that'll be more money. That's typically 3 times a cut instead of 2. And so, I'm making more money. Well, the problem was, I would go cut their grass on a Monday, and then the following week I would need to cut it on Thursday, and then I would skip a week and be back on Monday, or possibly it would be Tuesdays and Fridays that I was flip-flopping. And it became a scheduling problem for a couple reasons. I mean, one, I like to keep the route very tight. And so on Monday, perhaps I was in their neighborhood or close by, but on Thursday, I wasn't. So I am having to drive back across town on a Thursday, or even, 5-10 minutes out of the way. I don't necessarily like to do. I like to keep it very orderly on a specific day of the week. And also, just from a labor standpoint or your scheduling standpoint, if you've got several extra yards that are, end up on this Thursday, but next Thursday they won't be, it's like, well, this Thursday's a real light day, but next Thursday I'm adding 3 or 4 more yards, and it's become a heavier day. And so just flip-flopping that, I think the disadvantages outweigh the advantages, and primarily the inefficiency. And I ended up scratching that. I went back to weekly or bi-weekly. And so, I do make exceptions. If someone calls me who's not a regular customer, I have several people like that. They just call me when they're out of town for work or something. I just say, hey, I'll be in your area on this day. We'll be happy to cut it then. And I get them to leave a check. My once in a while customers, I don't want to be sending them an invoice and all that. So I make them pay up front, and we have that relationship, so they trust me. So anyway, like I said, we get in the lawn business. You want to have your own business so that we don't like having a boss. You want to be the boss, and if you give the customers too much control, you end up with a lot of bosses. And so I think you say, hey, this is the situation. Again, be professional, be nice, but that's how I handle that situation. As always, there's other ideas out there. Other people have success. I know people do 10-day schedules and it works for them, or even other types of schedules. So leave a comment. Tell me what's worked for you, or if you've ran into similar problems, you may have better suggestions. Thanks a lot.